Did Ordinals really break Bitcoin this weekend? Let's take a look. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you guys had a great weekend. For those of us, degens that sit on Twitter all weekend long and see all of this stuff coming in, you most likely ran into this tweet. And here's a tweet from Frank the Gods. Here we go. If you're not seeing your ordinal in your wallet, don't stress out. You have your ordinal. Wallets just aren't showing it yet. It's because ordinals.com is broken, which a lot of wallets use. Ordinals.com is down because we temporarily broke Bitcoin because the fees on our mint block were too high and caused a chain reorg. Early days. And of course, if you don't know enough about Bitcoin and you haven't done any research, or if you didn't just take the time to Google, let's say, reorgs on the Bitcoin blockchain, then you would think that what Frank said here made sense, and you'd be like, oh my gosh, Ordinals, they broke Bitcoin the same way that CryptoKitties broke Ethereum all those years ago. See, Bitcoin's not so different. No, it's all fucking, that's all bullshit. Okay. Ordinals did not break Bitcoin. Okay. There's two parts to ordinals, okay? There's an inscription and an ordinal. An inscription is the data that is actually put into the operatorn code. Ordinals, okay, is simply just it's a website, for the lack of a more technical term, where you can view this data in a friendly manner. Meaning that if the data that was put into the inscription into the operatorn field, okay, as an inscription, if that data is an image, it's a hash of an image, well, ordinals.com will make it possible so that you can see the image. Okay, so ordinals.com is nothing more than just a fancy index keeping track of where these inscriptions are. Okay, anyways, I don't want to lose everybody in this because I don't want to make this all like a whole thing about explaining ordinals and inscriptions, but the point is, no, ordinals did not break Bitcoin. You just need to understand how Bitcoin works. Now we have a comment here from Brad Mills. Wait, what happened here? At Luxor Tech Team, at Hashbender, must have tried to make a 4 megabyte block and submitted an invalid block. NFT Degen's trying to say they broke Bitcoin. It's not a real reorg. It's just breaking ordinal theory. Bitcoin has orphaned and stale blocks normally. Mr. Hodl takes advantage of making this a humorous situation, and I do agree with it. I present to you the CEO of Luxor Pool. So they actually think that this isn't their mistake, and it really is, because they're just, and this is kind of scary, right? Because he is the CEO of a mining pool and isn't aware that reorgs are actually part of the Bitcoin blockchain. This is something that does happen. We've got Peter Todd now chiming in. Interesting claims. Gonna have to look at block timestamps in the debug logs on my nodes. From at the Instagibs, he responds back to Peter Todd and goes, from my logs, it looks like miners found competing blocks within 7 seconds of each other. Then the 7 seconds later, chain won out 5 minutes later. Miners choosing their own blocks at tip, like expected. That's right. That is working as designed. That's how Bitcoin works. Oh gosh, it's absolutely brutal. To wrap this up, okay, before we discuss it for a minute, just wanted to point everybody to the learnmeabitcoin.com website right here. Talk about chain reorganizations, how they work, what it means, and one of the interesting topics is, when does a chain reorg take place? A chain reorganization most commonly takes place after 2 blocks have been mined at the same time. So yeah, I have to say though, immediately when I started to read those tweets on March 18th, I was immediately skeptical. And the reason why I was skeptical is because I understood that ordinals is something completely separate than the inscriptions that are in the operatorn code field in Bitcoin. Okay, ordinals, it's just an index. It's a website that makes it easy for you to see the data, and that website, okay, is keeping track of this data for you. if you wasted your money on this and decided to own a JPEG that you don't own. Okay, so that's all the Ordinals site does. And I did see some interesting comments from some other supporters of Ordinals indicating, hey, we need more Ordinals explorers. Yeah, I mean that would definitely help. But more importantly, it's not the number of explorers that you need, but the people that are actually writing this code in order to keep these ordinals in order, they actually need to understand the intricacies of the Bitcoin blockchain. And believe me, I am not pretending that I understand the intricacies, the really in-depth intricacies of the Bitcoin blockchain. But one thing I'm not afraid to do is go and look things up that I don't understand so that I can get a better understanding of it. It's okay not to know, right? Remember, the people that are laughing at you for not knowing, those are the real fools. Okay, those are the real fools because they obviously don't understand how important humility is. Anyways, the point is, Bitcoin's not broken. Ordinals did not break Bitcoin, and I hope this helped. Catch you tomorrow, guys.